Important. And nothing is over yet, and this movement is still going on strong. It's too cheap to be stopped. It's too cheap to be stopped.
I love you, George.
You are never too old to have government work for you. Because there's a lot of people who are elderly. Listen, this country can still be good to you. It can be good to the young people. It can be good to everyone. Every American deserves.
Yeah.
And if you want to get Latinos together, let's just all party in the park. Of America, the United States of America. Where they speak English y también se habla español. La idioma de Bernie Sanders. Still white people looking around. I lost that.
Ahora sí.
Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders speaks to us. You know, government is supposed to protect us. It's citizens. Government is supposed to protect us. But somewhere along the way, that stopped. It got lost. Money took over. Listen, money. I got money. It's not everything. But I want you to have money. I want you to have an education.
Thank you.
I want the police to leave us alone. Just pull us over and say hi sometimes. And as I look out on all these faces, this is what America looks like. It is diverse.
Yes! Yes!
Elderly American!
Yes!
Because they're old. Elderly American!
Elderly American!
Bird. Go ahead, we'll do it at the end. Bernie said, Colombia, Brazil!
Woo!
I don't know that one. That was in a car wash. I don't know that. Bernie Sanders has stood up for working class people, for young people, for immigrants, minorities, the sick, the poor, and the veterans. Let's not forget that. They protected this country. We have to protect them now. Bernie Sanders is the right guy. That's why I'm here. Support Bernie Sanders. I love Bernie Sanders. He's right for this country.
Yeah!
And we're going to win. And we're not going to get tired of winning. Because we're going to keep winning.
Yeah!
I'll show you what winning looks like. Hey. Tino, watch out, this kid's here.
Oh my God!
Bernie says that enough is enough. And it really is. Enough is enough. And you know it is. Enough is enough. That's a chant. Let's do that. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Woo!
Or as we say in Spanish, there's just one small word. Ya.
Ahora sí ya.
Ya basta.
It's time for all of us to come together, to unite. And it's time to elect a leader that believes in us because we believe in him. That's all. A leader that will fight like hell for you and for your families and for your kids and for college education and for health. It's time to elect a leader. I see that sign, I like it. To elect a leader that believes in us. I'll tell you, es el tiempo de Bernie Sanders.
Viva Bernie Sanders! Viva Bernie Sanders!
All right, Bernie
Bernie! 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 Woo! Bernie! Bernie! Bernie!
Appreciate you all coming out, and let me thank George Lopez for that great introduction.
I love you, Bernie.
I'm running for president so that together we're going to transform this country. I'm running for president because in the wealthiest nation in the history of the world, too many people are living in poverty.
Yes.
In the wealthiest nation in the history of the world, not all of the new wealth and income should be going to the top 1%. I'm running for president because together we are going to create an economy that works for all of us, not just wealthy.
You're fucking beautiful, Bernie.
Yes.
Is going to win because we're doing something very unusual in American politics. We are telling the truth.
Yeah.
And the truth is that we have an enormous amount of greed in this country from Wall Street and corporate America. People who want it all, and we're here tonight to tell them they ain't gonna get it all.
Hell no.
In America today, we say thank you to the veterans who put their lives on the line to defend. They put their lives on the line to defend democracy. But you know what? Right now in this country, as a result of a disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decision, we are seeing democracy being undermined.
That's right.
Democracy Democracy is not a complicated process. It means one person, one vote. It means that all of us, the poor and the working class and the middle class, have the right to shape the future of our country. Democracy does not mean a campaign finance system in which billionaires buy elections.
That's right.
Together, we are going to overturn this disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decision.
Yeah!
We're going to tell Republican governors all over America, you will not continue to suppress the vote.
Yeah!
We want this country to be a vibrant democracy. We want this country to have the largest, the highest voter turnout of any country, not one of the lowest. If I'm elected president, what we are going to have is a process in which if you are 18 years of age or older, you are registered to vote and to discuss.
Yes! Woo!
This campaign is not just about ending a corrupt campaign finance system. This campaign is about ending a rigged economy.
Yeah!
Every American should be ashamed that we have one of the worst levels of income and wealth inequality of any major country on earth. Now, you're not going to hear this much in the corporate media. But today, the top 1/10% now owns almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%. Today in America, while we have children who are going hungry, while we have veterans who are sleeping out on the streets, the 20 wealthiest people own more wealth than the bottom half of America, 150 million people. Today in America, in family after family, mom is working, dad is working, the kids are working, and yet 58% of all new income goes to the top 1%. As George Lopez said, enough is enough.
Bernie! 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 Bernie!
Create an economy that works for all of us, and that means that in America, if you work 40 hours a week, you should not be living in poverty.
That's right! Woo!
And that means that we're going to raise the minimum wage to a living wage.
Yeah!
And that living wage is $15 an hour.
Yes!
My opponent, Secretary Clinton, thinks $12 an hour is enough.
Boo.
No way. We have moms out there who are working 50, 60 hours a week trying to provide for their kids. They need $15 an hour.
Yeah!
About fair wages. I know that every man here will stand with the women in the fight for pay equity. There is no rational reason other than sexism that women today make 79 cents.
That's right!
I love was in Flint, Michigan a couple of months ago. And what I saw in Flint, Michigan, and what I heard in Flint, Michigan, should not be seen in the United States of America in 2016.
That's right.
Children were being poisoned by excessive lead in the water.
That's fucked up.
Let me tell you, it is not just Flint, Michigan, which has an inadequate water system. It is hundreds of communities throughout this country. Communities have problems with obsolete wastewater plants. Our roads and our bridges are in massive disrepair. We used to have the best railroad system in the world, no longer the case, and levees and dams all over America need repair. Don't let anybody tell you that real unemployment in America is 5%. That's official unemployment. Real unemployment is double that, and in communities all over this country, we're seeing unemployment a lot higher than 10%. We need a massive federal jobs program to put our people back to work. Are rebuilding our water systems, our wastewater plants, crumbling schools, bridges, our rail system. We can become more productive and safer, put 13 million people back to work rebuilding our... In America today, we have millionaires paying an effective tax rate lower than working people. In America today, we have large multinational corporations making billions of dollars a year in profit, stashing their profits in the Cayman Islands and in other tax havens. And in a given year, not paying a nickel in federal taxes. You know what? Together, we are going to change that, and the billionaires and corporations are going to start paying.
Yeah!
Over the last 30 years, while we have seen the middle class of this country disappear, while we have seen more and more people living in poverty, while we have seen a grotesque level of income and wealth inequality, we have had a trade policy which has enabled corporations to shut down in California, Vermont, all over this country, and move to cheap labor countries all over the world. Our message to corporate America is, if you want us to buy your products, you better damn well start manufacturing.
Yeah.
But it is not just a corrupt campaign finance system or a grossly unfair and rigged economy. Now, let me say a word about poverty in America, because I think we don't discuss it very, very much. People think that what poverty is about is somebody not being able to afford a flat screen TV or go out to eat or go out to the movies. That's not what poverty is about. What poverty is about, and what I saw at the Pine Ridge Reservation in South Dakota, what I saw in McDowell County in West Virginia, are people dying 15 or 20 years younger than they should because of the stress of poverty. The Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, life expectancy for men is lower than in a poor third world country. When people are poor and they don't know how they're going to feed their families, they don't know if they have enough money to put gas in the car to get to work, and if they can't get to work, they're going to lose their job, and if they lose their job, their whole family falls apart. That stress day after day after day impacts your very life and your body. Poverty kills people.
That's right.
It's not a question of flat screen TVs or fancy cell phones. It's a question of whether you get to the doctor when you need to get to the doctor.
Yeah.
It's a question of whether you can eat food that is halfway healthy. And together we are going to address the fact that in this great country, we got 47 million people living in poverty, and we have by far the highest rate of childhood poverty of any major country on earth. What a disgrace. What an embarrassment. We have a proliferation of millionaires and billionaires, and half of the children in public schools in this country are on free or reduced lunches because their parents are not earning decent income. But it is not only a corrupt campaign finance system and billionaires undermining American democracy that we're going to change. It is not only the extremely grotesque level of income and wealth inequality that we're going to address. It is a broken criminal justice system.
Yeah.
I want you all to please think outside of the box, think outside of the status quo, think outside of the way the corporate media wants you to think. And ask yourself a very simple question. How does it happen that in this great country we have more people in jail than any other country on earth?
Tyranny.
China is 4 times our size. It's a communist authoritarian country that does not tolerate dissent particularly well. And we have more people in jail than China. Disproportionately African American, Latino, Native American. We're going to address that issue by first understanding why we have so many people in jail. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that in communities all over America, in inner cities and in rural America, you have unemployment rates for young people of 30, 40, 50%. What we are going to do together is invest in our young people in jobs and education. Not in jails and incarceration. I want this country to have the best educated population on earth. Not to be the country that has more people in jail than any other country. I want our young people to have decent jobs or be in school, not rotting in jail cells.
Yeah!
And when we talk about reforming a broken criminal justice system, we're also talking about taking a hard look at local police departments all over this country. I was a mayor in Burlington, Vermont for 8 years. I work with the local police department and I've worked with police officials all over this country. The average cop is honest, hardworking, and has a very, very difficult job. Like any other public official, if a police officer breaks the law, that officer must be held accountable. When we talk about local police departments, we have got to demilitarize many of them. We have got to make local police departments reflect the diversity of the communities they serve. end corporate ownership of prisons and detention centers. Companies should not be making profits by imprisoning fellow Americans.
That's right.
We have got to develop a police culture which understands that using lethal force, shooting to kill, is the last option, not the first option. We have got to rethink the so-called war on drugs.
Oh, yeah.
In the last 30 years, millions of Americans have received police records for possession of marijuana.
Legalize it.
If you have a police record and you're 19 years of age and you go out looking for a job, that doesn't help you get that job.
Oh, hell no.
Right now, at the federal level, we have a Federal Controlled Substance Act, which lists marijuana as a Schedule I drug alongside of heroin.
It's medicine.
Together, we are
Legalize
going to
weed!
take marijuana out of the states, as you know, I know California has a ballot item coming up. States have the right to determine whether or not marijuana should be legal. And by the way, if I were here in California, living in California, I would vote for that process. The possession of marijuana, at the least, should not be a federal crime.
That's right.
And when we're on the subject of drugs, let me just touch on an issue of huge consequence throughout this country, and that is, in my state, in New England, and all over this country, we have a major crisis with opiate addiction and heroin addiction. Every single day, people are dying from overdosing on opiates or heroin. Now, in my view, the most effective way to address this crisis is to recognize that drug and substance abuse and addiction should be treated as a health issue, not a criminal.
I love you,
And what that means is we need a revolution in mental health treatment and
Bernie is Jesus.
to make mental health treatment available when people need it, not 6 months from now.
Bernie's the Messiah.
There are thousands of people today walking the streets of the United States who are suicidal. There are people who are homicidal. We have got to get them the treatment today, not tomorrow. Campaign is listening to young people. And one of the developments of this whole campaign that has gratified me more than anything else is the degree to which young people all over this country are getting involved in the political process. Young people understand that they are the future of America.
Yes.
They understand that if they do not get involved in the political process, other people will be determining and the shaping of their future. And young people are saying, we will shape the future. In every primary caucus held throughout this whole election season, we have won the vote, sometimes by very large majorities of people 45 years of age or younger. And what that tells me, and should tell the leadership of the Democratic Party, we are the future of America.
Yes.
And the ideas and the vision that we are bringing forth of a nation based on social justice, economic justice, racial justice, environmental justice.
Yeah.
Our vision is the future, not Trump's vision of bigger.
Whoa.
If we stand together and not allow the Trumps of the world to divide us up, there is no doubt in my mind that our vision prevails.
Yeah.
American people, not just wealthy campaign contributors.
Hell yeah.
This campaign is listening to the Latino community.
That's right.
And my father came to this country from Poland at the age of 17 without a nickel in his pocket. He couldn't speak English. So I know a little bit about the immigrant experience. And I think about the courage of somebody coming into a country, not having any money, not speaking the language. And I understand what it means for 11 million undocumented people in this country. We have today and every day undocumented workers who are being exploited on the job. They're being cheated by their employers. And the reason for that is if you don't have any legal rights, your employer can do anything he wants to. He can cheat you, take away your wages. And you don't have the capability of fighting back because you don't have any legal rights. And that is why, to my mind, we must pass comprehensive immigration reform.
Bernie, 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 Bernie.